Alright, quick and to the point, the UFOs. For the first UFO, we're right next to Zeke. We're going to head down the ramp to his right, continue forward past the treasure card vendor and head up this ramp. And at the top of the ramp, you'll find your first UFO. Starting right here in the center, in the Zocalo, we're going to head forward into the 3 points. Once you arrive in 3 points, we're going to head down this ramp, past the Star School trainer, and continue forward all the way up to the top of the Black Sun Pyramid. Once you arrive at the top, you're going to loop around the entrance and you'll find your second UFO right here. Alright, we're back at the bottom of the pyramid next to the Star School trainer. We're going to hug the left side, keeping these crazed thunderhorns on our right, head up this ramp past the amulet trader and enter the mouth into the Cenote. Once you arrive in the Cenote, we're going to hug the left side and make a left. Keep following the path, there should be no mobs here, just a bunch of healing whips. And once you poke your head out here, you're going to make a right towards the smoking mirror zombie. You're going to make a hard left and you'll find your third UFO right here. Alright, we're back in the starting area. We're going to make a right into the Mangrove Marsh. Once you arrive in Mangrove Marsh, we're going to follow this path all the way down until we find the Tula village on our right. And after following the path, you'll eventually run into the Tula gate on your right. Once you enter, we're going to hug the left side and continue all the way down. Keep these leaf talons on your right and loop around to the left. And right here behind this statue, you'll find your next UFO. Alright, we're back at the Tula gate. We're going to leave the Tula village and this time make a right, continuing down the path from before. Once you get to this crossroad, you're going to avoid the Mere Scouts and you're going to make a right into the Saltmeadow Swamp. Once you arrive in Saltmeadow Swamp, we're going to continue down the path through the map straight in the middle. It is quite a walk, but keep continuing down the middle path. If you continue down the main path, you'll eventually run into these Moon Skull Priestess. Just hug the left side and we're going to enter the base of the street. Head through the tree, we're going to go past the Snake Bridge and make a right. Continue forward and head up these set of stairs, and at the top of these stairs, at the Pyramid of the Storm Eye, you're going to find your next UFO right here on the left. Alright, we're back in the starting area. This time we're going to make a left towards the Zultun Dock. To get there, you should hop on this magic raft. Once you arrive, we're going to hug the left side, avoiding all the mobs. Head up these set of stairs and make a hard left here, squeezing through these buildings. You can actually see the UFO right here, but we're going to loop around this building, and you'll find your next UFO right here. Once you grab the UFO here in the Zultun Dock, we're going to head back around this building and head down this ramp, keeping these seed thieves on our right. Continue hugging the left side, and we're going to head through this gate into the Cloudburst Forest. Once you arrive in the Cloudburst Forest, we're going to hug the right side, keeping these splinter wings on our left. Head down this ramp and make your first right towards this little castle. Head up these stairs, make a left, and you'll find your UFO right here in the corner. After grabbing that UFO, head back towards the path and make a right. Hug the left side all the way down, keeping these shadow weavers on your right. Make your first left, head over the bridge and make a right, and make your first right up this bridge towards the Alto Alto. Once you arrive in the Alto Alto, we're going to hug the left side and loop around towards the tower. Continue hugging the left side until you get to this first bridge on your left, and then make your first left down toward the tower. We're going to loop around the tower, and you should find your next UFO right here. Alright, for the next UFO, we're going to head back to where we came from, to the Cloudburst Forest. Once you're back, you're going to head down the ramp and make a right. And on your right, you should find a ramp, and on your first left, we're going to head into this tunnel. Once you arrive, you're going to hug the left side, head down this ramp, and make your first left on this bridge. And after crossing the bridge, if you continue straight, right here in this corner, you'll find your next UFO. For the next UFO, we're back in the Alto Alto. We're going to hug the left side and head up this ramp and take this teleport on your left towards the floating mountain. Once you arrive in the floating mountains, you're going to hug the right side and head across the first bridge. And after crossing the bridge, you're going to make a left and head across the next bridge. After crossing the bridges, you should find these 3 pedestals. Behind the furthest pedestal, you'll find your floating mountains UFO. We're back at the start of the floating mountains. This time, instead of making a right, we're going to make a left and take the zip line. After taking the zip line, we're going to hug the right side, avoiding these mobs. Continue hugging the right side, and we're going to take the second zip line. After taking the second zip line, we're going to head up this ramp on the right. And at the top, you should find a giant bird taking you to the Twin Giants. Once you arrive in Twin Giants, you're going to hug the right side, avoiding the mobs. Loop around the mobs and make your first right into the temple. After crossing the bridge in the temple, we're going to make a hard right. And if you hug the right side, you should see one house that's on fire. If you look right behind it, you'll find your final UFO in the Twin Giants.
Thank you for watching. Up next, we got Chrysalis. I'll see you guys there.